Hello guys and welcome back. So now in this video we will be creating the currently active weapon menu. Okay, so if the player has the sword in the hands, then right here we will create a current weapon menu in which we will be showing the sword right here, that this sword is the current weapon in the player hand. Okay, so for that, right here in the weapons menu, create a UI image and let's name this image as current menu. Okay, then click on GUI parts in here, find this mid background, okay, and drag and drop this inside the sprite. Then if we click on scene view 2D mode, okay, in here we have this. Now what we need to do with this is to move this right here to the bottom right side. So we will click on the React transform of it, hold down the alt button and click on this, okay, bottom right, and then change the position X to -111, okay, and the position Y will be 50. Then change the width to 222 and the height will be 100, which is the default value. Okay, then if you click on game view, as you can see, it will be showing like this. Then in the sprites folder, as you know that we have all of the weapons sprites, I have added this fist sprite. Okay, this will be showing when the player doesn't have any weapons in the hands. Okay, you can go ahead and download this fist from the flat icons website, and also I will provide the download link to this as well. Okay, so go ahead and download the sprites folder, and in the sprites folder you will have all of the icons available. Okay, so if you have this icon, then change the texture type to sprite 2D and UI and make the sprite mode single. Click apply, then click on this current menu, and inside this current menu create a UI image by the name of no weapon, and to this we will be adding this mini frame, so drag and drop the mini frame in there. Okay, this will be the frame, and then inside this let's create a UI image again, and now to this image we will provide the sprite, which is this fist. So drag and drop the fist in there. So now as you can see, it will look like this. Okay, we need to resize this a little bit, okay, and also move it to the left side. So if we select this whole weapon, okay, and click on this move tool, let's move this right here, and also let's click on this rec tool and move it right like this. Okay, and then we actually selected the wrong thing. Let me select this no weapon, okay, and press down the alt button on the React transform and move it to middle left like that. Okay, and I think the size will be fine like this. Okay, so we will just leave this as it is. If we click on maximize, as you can see, it will be seeing like this, so it looks okay. Okay, so now we have the no weapon. Now let's duplicate this 4 times, so 1 2 3 4. Okay, this will be for the weapon 1 now, so change this to weapon 1, then this one to weapon 2, then weapon 3, and at last weapon 4. Let me turn off the no weapon and the other 3 weapons and leave this weapon 1 open. And as you know, the weapon 1 is the sword, so inside this weapon 1 change the image source to sword like that. Okay, then deactivate the weapon 1. Let's activate the weapon 2 now. In the weapon 2 the image will be this rifle, so drag and drop the rifle like that. Then let's deactivate weapon 2 and activate weapon 3. the weapon 3 will be the bazooka, so let's drag and drop the bazooka, then deactivate this one, activate the fourth one and the last one. Okay, click on the image and drag and drop this grenade in there and change the color to red, like that. And that will be it for all of the 4 weapons. Now we need to activate and deactivate these 4 weapons according to the current active weapon. Okay, so leave the current menu as it is and go ahead and open up the inventory script, and what we will do now is to create a new header at the bottom by the name of current weapons, and let's create a reference to all of the weapons images. So let's start from the punch, or you can say the no weapon. So this will be a reference to that. Then we need a reference for the weapon 1, so right here we will say weapon 1. Okay, then for the other weapons, weapon 2, 3 and 4, change the names as well to make the W small for all of the weapons actually, and then change it to weapon 3, then weapon 4. And the reason you need to change this W to small because we already have weapon 1 right here and its W is capital. Okay, so make sure that you make this to small capital. Okay, or you can actually change its name to current weapon 1. Okay, and then let's do it for the other one as well. So current weapon 2, and then current weapon 4, and then current weapon 1, 2, 3 and 4. That is it. Then right here, when we activate the first weapon, right here when we press the 1 key, okay, right here as you can see the weapon 1 becomes active. So when it become active, we also want to show this current weapon 1 as well. So for this we will simply say that current weapon 1 dot set active, and we will set this to true. And when we deactivate this weapon 1, okay, right here in the else if, we will now set this weapon 1 to false. Okay, so when it is active it will be showing the icon, and when it is inactive it will not be showing the icon. Now let's do it for the weapon 2. So we will say current weapon 2 dot set active, let's activate it. Then right here in the else if, change this to false for the weapon 2. okay, make sure that you name them correctly, weapon 2. Then for the weapon 3 we will say current weapon 3 dot set active, let's set it to true, then copy it in the else if, set it to false. Then for the weapon 4, so we will say current weapon 4 dot set active, let's set it to true, then copy this, paste it in the else if and set this to false. Okay, and then if we move up right here we will be adding a if condition again. Okay, and let me tell you how we will set that if condition. So if we copy this first one, okay, and then paste it right here, remove this input key and all of that. Okay, so if the weapon 1 is not active, the weapon 2, 3, 4, if 4 of the weapons is not active, and right here we will also say now if the fist fighting is not active as well, so we will say fist fight mode equals to false. Okay, so if it is false as well, then we will show this no weapon. Okay, so we will say no weapon dot set active, and we will set it to true. Okay, and then let me copy this. Okay, so if this weapon 1 is active, okay, when we activate this weapon 1, we want to deactivate the no weapon. Okay, so right here paste that and just change it to false. Okay, and then copy this again and paste it. Whenever we activate the weapon 2, we also then want the no weapon to be deactivated, then paste it in the if condition of the third weapon. Okay, and then in the fourth weapon as well. Okay, so if any of the other weapon is active, then the no weapon will be deactivated. Okay, and the no weapon will only be active when none of the weapon is activated. Okay, so it will work in that way. Now if we save the script and get back right here, then if we click on the player right here in the inventory script, now we need to provide all of that. So let's drag and drop the no weapon, then the weapon 1, then the weapon 2, 3, and at last weapon 4. Okay, now let's go ahead and play the game. Okay, so as you can see, none of the weapon is activated, and also we didn't pick any of the weapon. As you can see, we can't put out any weapon. So let's first of all pick up all of the weapons, as you can see. Okay, so now let's activate the first weapon. So if we press the 1 button, as you can see, the player has the sword in hands, and also it shows the sword icon right here. Okay, then if we remove it, as you can see, the icon changes. Then if we activate the rifle, as you can see, it is now showing the rifle. If we remove rifle, the rifle is removed. Then the third is this one. Okay, as you can see, and if we remove it, it gets removed. Then the last one, we have the grenade, and as you can see, it is showing the grenade as well. Okay, everything looks perfectly fine. The current weapons changes accordingly as well. Now the next thing which we want to solve is, for example, if the player UI and the minimap and this current weapon menu is active. Okay, and if we activate the inventory, as you can see, it is showing that on top of this. Okay, so in the next video, what we want to do, whenever the inventory is active, we will be deactivating these 3 things. Okay, and when the inventory is not active, then we will be showing this, but that is for the next video.